That's unfortunate. My finger hit the button on accident. Now it is 10:06. 10:06 a.m. Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. So I stayed in this bathroom here, which added like 10 to 15 degrees at least to the temperature, which even still, waking up, toes numb. Cannot move my toes. Circulation thing, obviously, but which is dependent upon body temperature. I have not encountered a single police officer. This place has been great. I bathed in the faucet there yesterday, and then I'm sitting here and a couple old men are taking, see, this is Public Works showing up, and this moron here is trying to do his best. I knew this was all full of shit. This fat idiot, you gotta see this fat idiot. He's trying to turn his head. That's like Cliff Parrish. This fat stooge. This Public Works here, they were here probably. So I'm gonna stay until Fat Boy down there goes. They both have like a camouflage hat on, but it's like, so I didn't see a single officer and I was like letting my things charge here, this is a great facility. They have outdoor outlets for the public use. What wonderful civility right there. And I was letting my phone, the Alcatel phone and my portable batteries and toothbrush charge all night. But I went into there probably like at 12 or 1. But I was worried the entire time that an officer was going to come by and shoo me along, of course. But they never did. It was great. Like, they had to know I'm here. They had the couple people. Very subtle. I like this place a lot. They didn't make like this huge thing. I mean, you could make a huge thing and flatter the shit out of me, I guess, run a parade, but just don't have these guys. This fucking idiot right here with the sunglasses. You gotta see this fucking thing. He wasn't supposed to be here. Public Works guys were supposed to be here. This idiot can't even look at he's trying to be concentrating. He doesn't care. Damn, I'm a terrible cameraman. I'm looking at him instead of the camera. Big dumb retards. But so the entire time I don't see an officer. And it was nice. They know I'm here obviously, and they just let me charge my stuff and use a slightly warmer bathroom and sleep on the ground. And it was great. That's more human than they have to be. This fucking retard, I can't. That guy, there he is. They come along. That's Carmody Services, if I didn't already say that. 399-635-6529. This is Chillicothe, Illinois. My grandfather called no man father upon the earth. Does grandfather count? I still love Bill, Grandpa Bill. Haven't seen him in years and didn't see him many years prior to that. But he's one of the most decent men I've ever met. Perhaps the most decent man I've ever met. I only knew him as an elderly man, but what does that matter? I don't have to judge his prior life. It doesn't involve me. The man I knew was a damn decent man. He had to fucking have John William, his son, as a son, which is a piece of shit. But anyways, didn't see an officer the whole time. They let me stay there. This morning, I get my stuff together. I procrastinate before I leave. It's hard going from waking up to just straight pedaling all day. Pedaling my bike. So I'm procrastinating, being deliberate, loitering in my... Look at fat boy here. Loitering in what I'm doing, getting my stuff together. And there's a couple old men that... Oh, and they brought some mom with her kids, who's a military pig, and who shat out military pigs from some military pig. Getting my stuff together. And there's two old men and a couple ladies, they walk their dogs, don't seem ruffled at all. They're not on pretense. They do those things every day. And you can tell. They would be doing that whether I'm here or not. I'm just something in the elements. That's what you expect from an anonymous society. Maybe to be like, oh, he looks different than people. Maybe give like a gawk. But like, these people are here on pretense. Then this idiot rolls up with his militarism and they're watching me. And then for the first time, an officer passes by. And this fat moron, his fat moron partner, who's another worthless old man, he is hiding he's just hiding. This guy thinks he's untouchable, so he lets himself be on my camera. This fat moron down there, his little bitch partner, I can't wait to go put him on my camera. Carmony Services. But it is military. The people don't seem to mind. But the military, these freeloading scumbags who are so preoccupied with little children. Do you think it's because of their protective spirit? Do you think this fat, ugly curmudgeon didn't slurp down little things with his military affiliation? Yep, he just looked again. I'm staring at this idiot. I want him to regret his ugly old life, which is being publicly funded. You know, their chief, their commander on me. Sergeant, just think of a business you might think you could run. And they all settle on landscape to have money laundered through them from the U.S. military, which is $1 trillion fucking a year, and divvies so much of it out to these idiots to have their own business, so they could be on-demand henchmen to come do They were on my other video, the one that my finger stopped, which will be included with this. The Public Works showed up with its lawnmower, and it's like, what the hell are these guys doing here? The Chillicothe Public Works showed up with their lawnmower. And now I dropped my little thing and I cannot find it. It's like, so this person's trying to... You can use the park. I'm leaving right now. I'm leaving. I'm just waiting to get that awful, ugly curmudgeon on my camera. It's like, there's no reason for me to worry. I'm handsomer than her husband, who is a pervert. It's like, I don't settle on kids. They want me to have like their kids in my camera now so that it nullifies the video. They're just terrible military pigs. These women are terrible, ugly military pigs. I don't give a shit about them. What kids they shit out for their husband and his friends. You are disgusting. Give me one moment. One of the women came out with her little dog to walk around this park, but one of the women came around with her little dog to this park, but she came from like one of these houses just like across the street. You can tell she does. Oh, there he is. Try not to smile, old man. Public Works showed up. Look at this thing. It's like this thing where he's holding down his bottom. That's Cliff Parrish. And then he looks up. That is Cliff Parrish. This idiot Cliff Parrish. And he had the kids run by. Of course he did. You are a worthless old man. You are a worthless old man. You are just a worthless old man, aren't you? He is disgusting. And these moms around here have their kids partaking in these moms that settled on some pimple bit. Look at him with his bottom jaw. He keeps trying to keep it down. Worthless old man. Worthless pervert military old man. America, this is the most despicable fucking type of human being alive. This old white military slug. Every old man who like still does this stupid shit on pension because they had no other self-value or worth to society. These idiots just stay in the military their whole lives without being officially in the military. Phone Dunlop, 243-1035, truck 18. The Public Works came by though. Right after the cop, like the Public Works, they're like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? But the cops came by in unison with idiots as I'm like, they pull up and they're looking at me and I can tell by their hats. And it's two miserable old men in lawnscaping businesses. The only thing this idiot could possibly handle. And he's doing the wrong lawn. Let's go get the other curmudgeon. They've been in, like most men, like my old man's old man. Guy, you know, my grand pal. That's like I'm superstitious about that. I love that guy. I still can't. Jesus said, "Don't call any man father." You're doing things you don't even know. Have a nice time, you fucking creepy, slimy pedophile. That's your military and police now. It's like. No one's really, like the woman who came out with her dog, she did that every day, but she looked at me like, oh, like it was the morning. She had no idea. That's not pretense. She does that every day, and I can tell by her face. Whether they said, hey, go out and see if he's there, but it wasn't like she was trying to put on airs. You gotta see this fucking thing. Yep, and then it's, look at his hat, his sweatpants. Like, you can say I'm being a piece of shit. This is a fat, unfuckable military moron. They're so dumb. Like, they wear it, and I just put them on the spot like that, and they pretend. Anyone else, if they didn't think if they weren't careful around me, I don't know why they do it. Who tells them I'm protected? I'm a homeless man. I think I am protected. That's why those planes always come around, and even the police officers are careful. And not all of them hate me. I can tell some of them are really cool. They're like, they're... And he looks at this guy, and there's this idiot, another just military man with no function but to be a fucking moron right there. And this guy he looks at him to elicit help across the street, to entreat him like, what am I supposed to do? These weaklings, America, you have to fucking grab these little pimple dicks by the nuts and squeeze and say, die, get the fuck away. Like, you don't fund them anymore. You don't hire them. If they look like this, let someone like me interview them. If they're military, nope. You had no other function or value to society but to be somebody's idiot. To be somebody's idiot henchman your whole life. You are not joining my business. You are not joining my school. You're not joining my congregation. Let Jesus take care of worthless disciples like you who are hypocrites. Start your own church. Start your own worthless, awful cities that no one visits. Get out of American cities. Get out of American towns. You are worthless. You are either an enlisted, currently practicing, currently on a military tour or enlistment or, high employment. That's the thing I'm looking for. You are currently of the military's employment, or fuck you. You are like this laundering, this pension. It's like, well, I would hate for you to have to get a real job and be not a moron. Okay, boss, what do you want me to do? Fucking morons, worthless morons. This discharged military. He doesn't know what to do with his life ever. So they have him do things like this: money launder a lawnscaping business and do the wrong lawn. Because I'm here. And they want to show me this is military now, you're loitering too long. Fuck you, military, you fucking pedophiles. You ever seen To Catch a Predator on NBC? Holy God, every one of them was like, except for that doctor that screamed and cried like a little fucking bitch that he is. They were all like, oh, he just turns his head really quickly. This curmudgeon. And he looks me in the eye, and I'm like, still taping him. He knows I'm taping him. He's got his hat on that had his military number on it or something. Just this fucking loser. Hanging out with a bunch of loser, ugly men. That's what the military is, except for the strapping lads that go in. You stay around till you're a fucking ugly curmudgeon. Wearing still your fucking camouflage hat from the fake ass tour of duty you did, which is like a paid Budweiser commercial. That's why Budweiser just ships over. That's keeping America, you pay double in beer because Budweiser gives free beer to the military to keep these idiots sitting there and not, like starting a mutiny out of boredom. Oh, no, it was on the, no, how do I, no, one cannot put this on now. I just brushed my teeth with the charger. Philips Sonicare needs 8 hours like on a charge. It doesn't charge for like 8 hours. So I'll charge it for 2 hours. 2 hours waiting around some idiot, like an idiot at some library. And they're like, they monitor everything I do, even like, I'm not doing anything, and just sitting there like, but we're told to watch you and you're making us uncomfortable because we're morons. Look at this thing. Look at its face. Look at its sweatpants. Look at it, and the way he looked up at that truck saying, please look at me. Please treat me still like a man. The way men look at each other like coming down the hall, you just like, you acknowledge each other. That's what this guy's doing out of desperation. Just a fucking loser. Who gives a shit to make sure this idiot has a job, but guys like me are gonna fucking freeze to death in the winter or starve to death homeless. Either way, it's from homelessness, or starve to death unemployed. Good thing, huh? But Chillicothe Public Works came by here. I'm gonna post that video too. And they're looking at these guys like, what are you doing here? You're not the Public Works Department, that's me. But the police came by, so like they'll look at the police, and the police might be like, hey, yeah, just let we got this guy here, and like actually one of the guys, someone came by early in the morning wearing a highlighter shirt, like looking around as though I look back now, I'm like, he's looking for me. But all my stuff I took in at like 7 in the morning while it was still frigid, but like it was done. So I probably did that at like between 12:30 a.m. And then sometime maybe a little after 7, wake up and then just go grab my stuff, put it on top of my bag in the bathroom, and I go to sleep for another half hour or something. But at some point, this guy wearing a highlighter shirt just opens the door and then closes it. He didn't give a shit that I was in there. That's a good Saint highlighter shirt, whatever you want to call it. But if he didn't have to, he didn't make it a big deal. I also wanted to discuss this. So Morris, before they had the fat buffoon, who is the head of the parks department, this disgusting thing you would never let your children near, lest he literally take a bite as well. This disgusting like you can't see the teeth in this thing. This is just a swamp creature. Just an ex-military guy who around me, in these towns around me, they give a job to Just like the forest preserves guy, it's just a means to have a quasi-militia around me. I mean, so all these Illinois towns, he might have been working at Morris before that, doing in that capacity prior to 10 to 15 years ago. But that's where they've stationed them so they can keep me incarcerated. But what they did before they pulled him in, they brought him in, the guy from Morris, the head of the... Listen, buddy, I don't give two shits. Well, then what are you doing here? Idiot. America, these things are fucking stupid and ugly and just absolutely undesirable from every social characteristic. You're just mean because they're ugly. They're wearing their behavior. They didn't just let themselves look like that. That is a character right there. Being ugly, acting ugly, looking ugly is the character. Not giving a shit about how another person sees them, but just being part of this big, ugly, massive crew. That's an evil. That's not me being judged superficial. These awful, ugly old men, these worthless military things. Ugly, worthless and ugly. Just things, we're right, Captain? The whole, until someone gives them, like, they're 50-something years old. So he throws a dog a bone. What kind of business? Oh, there he is. He looks over. What kind of business do you could? Okay, I'll give you a shot. Oh, what kind of business do you think you could? And he gives him a list. You think you could run a Dairy Queen? No. Who wants to buy any foodstuffs from that thing? You think you could run a lemonade shop? No, who the fuck's stopping for, even if it is 25 cents? Who's stopping at your lemonade shop? Oh, well, you could be some faceless lawnscape company that I send work at. This guy, it's a way of a bookie, instead of going and collecting, hey, you're going to have my guy come and grab $50 for the week. It's a $30 lawn service. The guy he sends the 20 to Captain and keeps the $30 lawn service thing, but that's taxed and that's taken off the top. Everything is just like a drug cartel. It's so simple when you think about it. In America? Could that be? It's all America is now. Middle America is this military thing hiding, lurking in plain sight. And their stupid wives that shit out something by assignment from shitty ass military husbands. At least that's what it is in Illinois, where the Hindus have bought everything and also send little naked boys in the locker room with little naked men flexing, little naked boys flexing in their undies around little naked men watching them. These brown things, disgusting. Is that racist? How is it racist? I don't think it's racist. Unless that's all of them and they're all like, hey, that is our behavior too. Well, then yes, then it's racist because that's a disgusting zoology that needs to be fucking gotten out. Get this thing out of America. Do whatever. Don't hurt it. Send it back to its shithole. My family, both sides of me, that's both the slime that went into her and she would shat me out. Their lineage both come from the Mayflower. So my kind made this country, cleared out the bush for all of you and you're welcome. By the time I might have gone into the military, which I had heavily considered. I love history. I have a sense of honor and integrity. But like, at that time, literally like NBC, you just notice everybody, one of these things is military. And you watch Full Metal Jacket and these things just want to hurt things. And since, like, after Vietnam, there is no, to any, like, free-thinking high school kid, there is no military. It's just another McDonald's business, but with the evil empire. It's like the evil empire's fucking hidden hand, or right hand, just like hiding its hideousness. And it always works by double entendre. A global force for good. We're here to stay. Get used to it. But they're awful. But in Morris, this before this ugly swamp thing comes around, this huge swamp thing. Hey, buddy. Well, I don't give two shits. Of course, that was his terminology. I use crass language all day. But I mean, I don't give two shits. Oh, bruh. And the influx of his voice bark you? He comes up, and I bark at him, and then this fat thing shrivels right up. America, that's every one of them. You work up a spine, and when you know you're right, say, what the fuck do you want? Watch these little bitches crumble. Worthless old men on pretense. They can't free think. They can't improv. There is, like, that's what society is. You're engaged, unless you got everything choreographed. You're meeting people you're at the teller, at the bank, at the cashier. Any small talk, that's called improvisation. You didn't plan that out. These things can't do that. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? How you been? Those are fantastic sweaters. I love those sweaters. Oh, guys, what's up, dude? Anyways, at the Morris place. Before that, they had another homeless person just come into the gazebo as I'm charging my stuff. I didn't sleep there. I got wet out in the rain at a different place. I was letting some of that dry, but it was daytime during the school hours. I'm just letting my stuff charge at this gazebo, which I didn't even know had outlets. Otherwise, I would have let my stuff charge as I slept, and I would have slept at the gazebo. But they have this, like, he looked cracked out. He looked like the South Park character, Free Hat, eating babies or something. That South Park character looked like this guy, this stringy, long, disgusting hair, like this lurching, long-legged spider of an individual, and just sits there, just like for 5 minutes, and I'm like, what is this pretense? And then, like, it's like he was counting seconds in his head, and then he got up and went away. And then later, minutes later, the idiot, the fat, enormous moron, so that they could say, I mean, there's no difference between you and this guy. Officially, as far as we are concerned, there's no difference. Children are more afraid of all of you than they are of me. They're intrigued by me. What is this thing? He looks like the Disney prince that I love to watch. This thing, the thing about homelessness, like these things, most of these homeless guys you see, wow, are you kidding me? I love, see, this is people being sweet. Someone is being absolutely sweet right now. That is not a coincidence, America. Somebody is a sweet person, and the things you do in secret, they watch where I'm going. They know there's only someone is absolutely benevolent sweet. Are you kidding me? God bless that person. When you do your alms, you do it in secret. No one knows you just did that, but that person, God's like, oh, holy shit. Good for you, fella. Oh, anyways, I can't. That's wonderful. That literally takes my money up like 25% to 33%. Okay, this is where I'm going. Oh, Jesus, 28 minutes already. Most of these homeless guys, they have lost all sense of pride or motivation. They don't try to shower. They don't try to have a social appearance. That's the thing about homelessness. They see me, this guy's homeless? This is an awkward thing, of course. But I mean, I might just be stretch the imagination a little. I'm just some guy backpacking through America. But I mean, you might think that's the most beautiful. Isn't that not the most beautiful homeless man? I mean, that's why they have Sonicare. Not like unless I get an 8-hour charge, where am I going to get an 8-hour continuous charge? Except a place like that. But that's an excellent facility, Chillicothe. That's high civilization. Just open access to this outlet for its public. That's generosity. That's a civil thing. But they want, like, my teeth to go bad. They want my hair to be greasy. They want one to not be able to not look homeless yet be homeless. That's this police military. They are all just these ugly things with these cowardly, underhanded, slimy little tactics. They're so pathetic. Absolutely shit stinking pathetic. But that's what the guy who came to Morris, they have this disgusting, he hasn't showered in weeks. Like, that is my one daily motivation now. Find a place where I can freshen up and look like a citizen. They don't want you to look like a citizen, they want you to look homeless. I do laundry every 5 days. I mean, my stuff's always clean and I smell better than the police and the military. I really do. I don't ever smell, no matter how hard I work. Like, even though I smell in the moment, once those smells settle, it becomes your zoologic scent and it smells wonderful. It's like, in the moment, it's acrid. Or like, you could imagine the smell of testicles being acrid. But as long as you wash your testicles, I mean... What's up, buddy? How you been, buddy? What are you talking about? Get out of here. Stop it. Okay, I hear you. Well, I don't share that point of view. That's how I talk to dogs. It's my only friends. They're probably going to stop this at 31:25. The last two videos that I uploaded to YouTube, they stopped at 31:25 so they can just place one on top of the other.